Hi and welcome to Antaranga's Wednesday video series. As you know, Antaranga is a mental health meetup where people get to speak their heart out, share their stories and experiences, and without being judged, anonymously, and usually these stories help each other out. So, in the recent meetup, we got a suggestion that why don't you share articles and information regarding mental health, which might help people a lot more. So we said, why not? Hence the Wednesday video series. We'll be talking on mental health topics, sharing some information, usually, most preferably, the ones that you want us to talk on, and share those information. We'll do some research, brief it up, share some vital points with you, and definitely share with you the source also, so that if you want to dive in deep into it, you can do so. So, as part of first series, we said since we're entering the month of love, why not talk on self love? We all know self love is very, very important. It is very important for our happiness, for the way we are in our workplace, the way we are in our relationships, and generally how we cope with problems in our life. Self love is very important. But the idea of self love is something that we are not very clear on, or everybody has a different definition of it. So, what is self love? Is it something that you get when you have your favorite pastry, when you wear your new clothes, when you read something inspirational, or when you get into a relationship which makes you feel so much of love? Is that self love? Well, the answer is no. Let's take it like this way. I have an entity, and if I have this, I feel so much of love and I see so much of value. So I remove this factor. Don't feel love anymore. Uh, can't be self love. So, what is self love? To understand self love, I think it's important to get down a bit more to basic, to human beings that we are. As humans in this nature, our basic thing is we are animals, and our most important instinct is survival. You look at most of the things that we do today are based on survival. So, survival is very important for us. So, as babies, when we are born, it is very important that we are held, feel that acceptance, feel nurtured by our mothers or parents. If the baby is not held and is not accepted, doesn't feel that acceptance, it won't survive. So, from a brain and an evolution point of view, being held, being accepted is very important for our survival. So, as we grow older, during our childhood, our parents and the people that we admire tell us to do things and not to do things, things that we should do, things that we should not be, so that we feel accepted in society. Now, as we grow older, this develops into our brain so much that we have certain feelings, we have certain urges, we suppress them, our brain suppresses them and says these are things that you should not do, and these are things you should do if you want to be accepted by the world. As we grow older, it becomes very critical and we become so self-critic that we judge ourselves. We don't like ourselves. If we do something that we feel is wrong, we say you should have not done that, and that self-criticism grows and becomes a huge problem. Judging ourselves, not accepting ourselves. So, what is self-love? It's as simple as just accepting yourself completely, not judging yourself, connecting with your feeling the way you want to feel. Let it feel. You feel sad. You want to feel angry, you feel angry. You let the thoughts flow. Allow yourself to think what you want to think, and let it be. Feel that compassion. Be kind, having that kindness and empathy for yourself. Now, some of you might say that this is being gullible, or you want to feel sympathetic about yourself. No, it's not. It's allowing yourself feel the same way. But does that mean that if I say I am amazing, I am great, absolutely wonderful, does that mean that's self-love? No, it's not. Because when you say I'm amazing, I am great, you're actually comparing with somebody. And again, if I remove that person, you're not great, you're not amazing, you're wonderful. We cannot consider that as self-love. So self-love is all about accepting yourself, feeling yourself the way you want to feel. Because that time, you're moving away from somebody that you feel that you should be. See, as I said, when you grow up, right, you have these things. So usually what happens, you have three things as an identity within you. Who you are, or how you are, who you want to be, and who you should be. Now, because of the friction between who you want to be and who you should be, you do a lot of self-critic to yourself. There's a lot of self-criticism, and you blame yourself, and all that negative energy is towards yourself. So this who you should be becomes very problematic. So the more you feel, the more you are in connect with your feeling, you start accepting yourself, you move away from this who you should be, and you become more in connect with the self that you are and acceptance that you are. So how do you develop self-love? What are the tips that I can give you? There are a few tips. First and foremost, and I think I'm going to say it in most of my videos, and that is be mindful. Be aware of your feelings, be aware of your thoughts, and let it allow and feel it the way it is. I know most of you say it's very easy to say, it's difficult to follow, but it's baby steps. This is amazing. Being mindful solves most of our problems. And when you start accepting yourself, you need to you see a lot of wonderful things. Now, to help you with step one, I have tip number two, that is, spend some time with yourself. Sit down for 5 minutes every day and think, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What are my thoughts? Oh, this is what I feel. Don't be judgmental. Do not put a bracket to it. And just feel it. Just allow yourself to be it. To help you with step number two, I have tip number three. That is, be your own friend. Very interesting. Whenever a friend is in problem or he or she is facing some issue, you have the most wonderful ideas. You are very compassionate. You supportive. And you're always there for him without being judgmental. But when it comes to you have a lot of problems. You are very self-critic to yourself. You don't see the positive side to it. You don't give yourself so much of ideas. So be your friend first. Imagine you're your own friend, and what would you suggest when something wrong is going on in your life? You'll come up with brilliant ideas. You will see so much of compassion for yourself. Amazing things. You will see some beautiful things about yourself. Be your own friend. Number 4, I already said, do not judge yourself. So the idea of right and wrong is perspective. Everybody's right is different. Everybody's wrong is different. Yes, you will have your own right as per your behavior, as per your values. But let that feeling get in first and then think about the action. So going on to number 5. Take care of yourself. When I say take good care of yourself, that means take care of your physical health and mental health. Mental health, different things you can do, you can do meditation, yoga, whatever works out for you, workout, whatever works out for you, take care of your mental health. Physical health, obviously you have to take care. Nutrition, now that doesn't mean that you feel like having a wonderful pastry and cake, obviously go and have it, but know what you want and what you need. What you want might be a pastry, but what your body needs is some nutritious food which will make you feel good. Try this out. I am saying based on my experience that when I started taking care of my health, tried nutritious food, it does make you feel better. It makes you feel amazing. Not always, at least most of it. Have a balance of your favorite pastry and some nutritious food, and definitely your mental health. Number 6 is protect yourself by being with the right kind of people. That when I say right kind of people that give you positive vibe. You will have 400, 600 friends, but there will be only 5 or 6 with whom you will feel connect, you will feel that positive vibe, and you will respect yourself more by being with such people. You will see that you mentally develop that, like, yes, I love myself and I respect myself for doing so, and that is really amazing about me. So you feel more love for yourself, that more acceptance for who you are. So it's important that you be with people who don't judge you and who give you a positive vibe, so that you are more the same way. So I hope these tips help you. Oh yes, I have one more tip. I forgot on this, but one more tip is, whenever you're feeling low, there are points obviously you'll feel low. This is for the being mindful. Write down the things that you're going through in your head, what you're feeling, whatever thoughts are coming. Don't think what you're supposed to write, just scribble it down. And when you cool down, just read it, and you get an idea, okay, these are things that are in my head and these are things that are happening. Sometimes you get wonderful insights out of it. sometimes you find out the sources of where it came from, and then you get to know yourself more. So get to know yourself more, be your own friend, be mindful, take care of yourself, and be with the protect yourself with that kind of people. With that, I think the self-love video is done. I hope you like it. I hope these tips help you out. Do share your feedbacks. Do share how if you have tried something out. Do let us know what you want us to talk about on the next video. The source of content for this video are two basic articles. One by Deborah Shoba, a clinical psychologist. She's wrote an article in 2012 in psychologytoday.com. They are called the 7 Steps for Self-Love. I've taken only few steps. She talks very in detail of certain things. And second is my favorite, Dr. Shambad, who is a physician and a psychiatrist, famous psychiatrist. He has a lot of meditations in MindFit, app. And he has a podcast called as The State of Mind, two podcasts. There are 2 episodes on self-love, and he talks very in detail on how our brain is and how we act and react. I definitely would ask you to go and check it out. So that was it. I hope you develop a lot of self-love towards yourself. Don't be self-critical. Find yourself. I hope you get a glimpse of your Antaranga. Thank you so much.